Coming up on Fulton Today, getting in touch with Fulton's 911 no longer requires only a phone. We'll show you how text 911 is helping to save lives. Also, Fulton residents get a second chance to stay clean and out of jail. And later, county leaders grant seniors their wish of staying late at county senior centers. That and more starts right now on Fulton Today. Welcome to Fulton Today, everybody. I'm Sonia Chavez Rucker. The Federal Communications Commission, the FCC, encourages call centers around the country to offer text to 911 services, and that is exactly what Fulton County government has done. Not only does the state-of-the-art technology give people another option to get emergency assistance, it also provides critical access for those with hearing and speech impairments. Joe Barriswain is Fulton County's Director of Emergency Services. Joe, welcome back to Fulton Today.
Hi, Sonia. Thanks for having us.
Our pleasure. So this has been a long time coming. Tell us a little bit about this text to 911.
So as of February 1st, the county's turned on their text to 911, and we've worked with all of our cellular providers to make that happen. The county implemented our first phase, which was a new CAD system, earlier last year, where we implemented a CAD system that was able to sustain and bring text 911 out from the public to our center. That was a huge task for us, as we had been working for the last 2 years to bring up our new CAD and implement the text 911. Text 911 was just one of the pieces that brought the new technology to us here in the center.
And Joe, talk to us specifically about the process of texting to 911.
So text 911, you open up your phone, and where it says to, where you would put Joe's name in there, you would actually just put 911. Once you put that in the to part of your call, it's just like texting anybody else, the way you would text your friend, your wife, your neighbor. You're just instead of putting their name in there or their phone number, you're just putting 911. And then as soon as you implement that and you hit send, you'll get a response from our call center saying you've reached Fulton County 911. What is your emergency? And you'll provide where and what your emergency is at that point, and we will start engaging you in conversation.
And are there any guidelines to texting to this 911 in Georgia, especially since we have that hands-free law?
So you definitely, with the new rules in Georgia, the new laws, you really want to stay off your phone while you're driving. And really, we want to look at your ability to, if you can call us, you definitely want to call. If you can't call, then you want to text. You really want to bring your emergency to the center as best you can in a safe way. So one of the guides is to try to stay specific in your text, stay away from slang, stay away from abbreviations. You really want to tell us as much information as you can. We all know with small little acronyms that indicate hello and goodbye, but we really need the full information when you're talking about an emergency. We need the full detail. We really don't want an abbreviation or a misinterpretation of what actually is being sent to us.
And what about coverage? What part of Fulton County does this text to 911 cover?
The county is covered by multiple 911 centers. Fulton County 911 Center serves the south end of the county, and the cities of Chattahoochee Hills, Palmetto, Fairburn, the city of South Fulton, the city of Union City, and the unincorporated areas of the county. Text 911 is functional in all of those areas. Text 911 is functional within the city of Atlanta, Sandy Springs, and other cities. They just go through a different 911 center. The county is the default for those 911 centers should they have to evacuate their centers or have to leave their center. So we have to be prepared to take text messages from any one of those places at any given time. The county's also, the way we're set up is a text can originate, let's say, at the airport, someone driving through the airport over to a part of the county or the city of South Fulton or Union City, and a text needs to be transferred. So what happens then is we have the ability to grab that text and, let's say, transfer it to the city of Atlanta or other jurisdictions or other counties outside of Fulton County.
And finally, Joe, stress how this is just another example of Fulton County's commitment to emergency services.
So the county has taken a step towards technology, and in this center, for a particular reason, we've upgraded every system that we have. Our legacy systems, some were over 20 years old, we have now in the last 2 to 3 years upgraded to a state-of-the-art center, ahead of most in this area. We look at things in a how do we become more efficient with technology? How do we take the technology and streamline our process? And we've done that in a great way. We've been able to reduce our call number and our time to process these calls by technology. So our folks can focus on providing a better care to our customers, which is the public.
Mr. Joe Barra-Swain, Emergency Services Director. I just don't see you enough here on Fulton Today, so it is great having you. Thanks so much for your time.
Thanks again for having me.
Now again, to get in touch with Fulton's Emergency Services for an emergency, call or now text 911. Fulton residents with misdemeanor arrest but not convictions, listen up. Fulton Solicitor General is once again hosting a restorative justice expungement summit on Saturday, August 11th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at 1838 Metropolitan Avenue in Atlanta. Now, for those with a criminal record, it may be expunged if their arrest was for a misdemeanor charge, occurred in Fulton County, there was no conviction, and a pretrial intervention diversion program was completed.
Expungements or record restrictions are an opportunity really to provide more hope and opportunities to folks, clean their records, get back to the roles of being employed, and also to seek improved housing opportunities, educational pursuits, and for some, military service, which they've had barriers because of having these criminal records.
Like the solicitor's previous expungement summit, attendees will have the opportunity to seek work and educational assistance. Though the deadline to register online has passed, those in need of help can still register day of, and then they will be serviced after the summit. To learn more information, log on to fultonrestorativejustice.org. And speaking of second chances, those who have been arrested but had an alcohol or drug addiction, well, now they have a second chance, thanks to Fulton County Justice Partners and family and friends. FGTV's Daryl Carver explains.
With family members by their side as their journey to this day is shared.
Times were hard, but we made it by the grace of God.
These 7 graduates, some who asked not to be shown, are ready to start a new life thanks to the Adult Drug Treatment Court program. Part of Fulton County's Superior Court, Adult Drug Treatment Court is a non-traditional program for felony offenders addicted to drugs and alcohol. Offenders can request to join as long as they're honest about their addiction. Once accepted, the charges that brought them into the program are dismissed upon graduation, or they are placed on probation and may avoid jail time through completion of the program.
There are plenty of people who don't acknowledge what stands behind their criminal behavior. It's not that they're evil people, it's that they're suffering from an addiction. You also have to be eligible. A light addiction, someone who occasionally smokes marijuana, shouldn't go to drug court. It's for someone with a true hardcore addiction.
Adult Drug Treatment Court requires adhering to a strict set of rules for a minimum of 18 months. Participation in an intensive outpatient rehabilitation program operated by drug court staff or in another court-approved treatment program is also required. Finally, participants must appear regularly before a judge to review their progress, as well as submit to random on-site drug screenings. Though rigorous, these graduates are thankful for the program.
The main thing was that especially the first 4 months, it actually forced me to stay sober and helped me get my head right. And then as time went by and I began to meditate and just do the right thing, continue to stay sober, I saw how it was helping me and my life was getting more organized and more grounded.
It's helped me in a lot of areas as far as discipline and just humbling myself, learning to follow instructions, things of that nature, and it truly has gave me a whole lot of structure in my life. It did what jail couldn't do for me.
And that's what the program is trying to do, help those with addictions help themselves. Reporting for FGTV, I'm Daryl Carver.
Students learning how to stay on the right side of the criminal justice system also get a crash course in television production.
Yeah, does it. For this edition of
Members of the District Attorney's Office's Junior DA program took a break from their legal lessons to experience a hands-on tour of our FGTV control room and studio. Whether it was in front or behind the camera, each student was assigned a different task, then explained what it took to get a newscast on the air in a quick and organized manner.
Welcome to News Update. I'm Danielle Royal. And I'm Douglas Bateman.
And that's when they realized that newscasts are more than just the anchor sitting at the desk to deliver the news.
The experience was really interesting, and you learned a lot of what goes back when you're watching the TV and the news, and it's much more complicated than you see.
I think I learned a lot. Teamwork make the dream work. I learned, the finished product is probably the most important thing, but that doesn't mean that, the practice tries and the practice tries, you should always, do your best, because I saw both, and, the finished project was most definitely good.
When the broadcast was over, the students got a great laugh watching their final production, and they understood the need for teamwork. Students say they will never look at TV news the same way again. I bet they will never forget it. We really enjoyed them. And still to come on Fulton Today, love for a park and basketball the Atlanta Fulton County way. It's part of our district by district coverage next. One commissioner lays out the county's strategy to end the opioid crisis to a neighboring jurisdiction, and another helps to give back through the game of basketball. Here's this week's district by district coverage. District 2 Commissioner Bob Ellis shares the steps Fulton County is taking with its countywide campaign to address the opioid epidemic. The vice chairman served as a panelist at the second annual Opioid Summit hosted by DeKalb Commissioner Larry Johnson.
This is not a Fulton County epidemic, it's not a state epidemic, it's a national epidemic, and it's clearly important that we all sort of partner together and work together. And I want to definitely commend Commissioner Larry Johnson for putting this forum on. He did it last year, and I'm glad he invited me to be part of it this year, because we've all got to collaborate and work together.
The Fulton DeKalb Hospital Authority, in conjunction with DeKalb County government, Emory University, and other health providers, also served as partners for the summit. Fulton County was the first government in the nation to file a lawsuit to hold drug manufacturers responsible for the opioid epidemic. DeKalb County government followed and is also taking legal action against drug companies. District 4 Commissioner Natalie Hall partners with a major event called the Basketball Tournament for a Day of Giving. The commissioner joined other Atlanta elected officials, former NBA players, and residents at the City of Atlanta's Anderson Park for this event. The tournament was not just about the game of basketball, it was also about a community cleanup effort to renovate the park.
These type of partnerships are absolutely necessary to bring the quality of life that we need in our communities around the City of Atlanta and in Fulton County, because as the executive sponsor of All People Are Healthy in Fulton County, I look at that as a holistic type of thing where everybody needs gainful employment, they need housing, they need fresh produce, they need resources to recreation facilities, libraries, senior centers, and many more things just to make sure that they have the adequate quality of life.
Intention with our public-private partnerships to make sure that when we come into cities for our tournament that we impact communities, specifically those communities that are typically overlooked, and then have lasting programs and strategies, more importantly, that can impact the young folks within those communities.
Commissioner Natalie Hall represents the county's strategic priority in the area of All People Are Healthy. Fulton's mobile HIV testing unit was at the tournament and staff offered free HIV tests. The Fulton Fresh mobile unit was also there, filled with fresh fruit and vegetables. You can check out the 2018 teams and winners at thetournament.com. In District 5, residents take part in a pilot initiative to address food deserts in that district. Fulton commissioners approved a program to educate and train residents how to grow food using rocks. This is one of the workshops where the geological agriculture pilot training is being taught. Residents are learning here how to grow microgreens, sprouts, beans, and peas, among other food items.
It's a fairly new science where we show people how to use sedimentary rock as the nutrient source for your plants, and you add water and configure properly, you're able to use your river rock or sedimentary rock as your permanent growing environment. So the classes are designed to kind of introduce that concept to people and kind of show them some of the basics.
It's a great thing, yeah, it is, because people, they're eating all these box food, things already pre-made, so it's a good idea for people to eat vegetables.
Commissioners allocated $35,000 for the GeoAg pilot program. To learn more, just visit the county's website. And up next on Fulton Today, saying goodbye to summer the safe way. Stay with us, everybody. One of the county's most popular programs is being expanded, all with the idea of helping people to live longer, healthier lives. FGTV's Priscilla Ortega has the story.
It is without question one of the most requested services for Fulton County government, programs for seniors. And with Fulton's booming and active senior population, the county has obliged.
We are very passionate about healthy aging, and we want to support any resident that has a goal to stay fit and active.
So the Fulton County Department of Senior Services is announcing new evening hours at 2 multi-purpose senior facilities in the county, the HJC Bowden and the Helene S. Mills facility.
We've extended our normal programming during the day, and we're now offering evening programming for Fulton County residents ages 55 and above.
According to the National Aging in Place Council, the benefits of daily physical exercise are substantial. An American Journal on Clinical Exercise study reveals when it comes to the senior population, the lack of exercise is responsible for twice as many early deaths than obesity. Fulton's Senior Services programming is geared toward keeping this population active, and seniors say it's helping.
They give you the opportunity to go out and meet other people, to communicate, to go out and socialize with people your own age.
On Tuesdays and Thursdays from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m., seniors who normally don't have the chance to take part in day activities now have an option.
We know that there are active seniors that still work. And they still have some health goals that they want to meet, or socialization that they need and desire to take part of, but because of our daily programming schedule, it may not fit into their normal routine.
The program options include the open gym, open swim, technology classes, and even classes in self-defense. To get more information, contact the County Star Line. Reporting for FGTV, I'm Priscilla Ortega.
Thank you very much, Priscilla. Well, as school begins, that means the summer break ends. But believe it or not, the county's environmental health team is still responsible for making sure that those pools are safe. Take a look.
If it's cloudy, that could mean it's an excess of chemicals, which means it's not safe for the swimmer. Also, it's a safety hazard. If you can't see to the bottom of the pool, there's a good chance that you won't be able to see swimmers inside of the pool. And we tell swimmers to actually bathe before they enter the pool, because the lotions and oils you may have on your body can react negatively with the chemicals that's inside the pool and reduce chlorine levels. And the chlorine levels is actually important to keep bacteria from growing inside of the pool.
Fulton's environmental health specialists permit and inspect more than 1,800 public pools in the county. Most public pools will close, by the way, just after Labor Day. Also closing, the Save Kids Coalition summer camps. So it's time to celebrate the end. The weekly safety camps taught children safety tips and techniques about water, vehicles, homes, bikes, fire, roads, and sports. But on this day, they got to see horses and learn, yes, all about that fire safety.
I think the closing of the camp is awesome. It culminates the summer events that we've had at Oak Hill. The children have come out. They've learned about fire safety today. They've learned about how to be cool with each other and get ready for back to school.
Injuries are the leading cause of death in children and teenagers in the United States. Fulton's Safe Kids Coalition Safety Camp is designed to teach kids how to avoid various injuries. And still to come on Fulton Today, Library on the Lawn. We'll explain. Well, during your next visit to the Fulton County Tax Commissioner's office in downtown Atlanta, you may be getting in touch with your artistic side. A collage called the Ultimate Affirmation Decal is now on display at that downtown location. Designed by visual artist Jodis Paragini, the artwork features silhouettes of individuals providing community services like police, educators, social workers, and firefighters. Citizens engaged in health activities like sports, hiking, walking, and playing is also depicted.
This project was funded through the Percent for Art program that we have. So any capital expenditure related to Fulton government buildings, 1% of that budget goes towards the creation of public art. So what you see here and on the walls around us was funded through that program. What we're trying to do with this is to highlight some of the great things that Fulton County is doing with its tax dollars.
The goal of the project is to symbolize the link between Fulton County employees and the general public they serve each and every day. Very nice. And finally, the library takes its services and the internet outside. While the Central Library is closed for renovations, library officials are providing residents access to laptops and internet so they can handle any and all online business.
So it gives me an opportunity to come here, relax my mind, search the web, listen to me some music, just keep my day focused on positive things. It just keeps the spirit up.
Known as Library on the Lawn, the program takes place every Monday through Wednesday from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. at Woodruff Park, weather permitting.
It's just another way for people to get access. Not everybody has the internet at home, so it's just a way to bring it downtown where people may need it and not necessarily have access any other way.
Central Library renovations are expected to last 18 to 24 months, and during that time, some services will be available at neighboring locations. For up-to-date information on Central Library renovations and for information on all the libraries being renovated, you can call the Renovation Hotline, 404-613-READ. That's 404-613-7323. And before we go, our reminder that FGTV wants to connect with you online. Be sure to follow FGTV on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram for up-to-date Fulton County news. And you can watch a replay of this show and any other FGTV program anytime on our YouTube channel. Well, that does it for this edition of Fulton Today. I'm Sonia, Chavez, Rucker. Thank you so much for watching. Join us each week for news around and about Fulton County.